Hello everyone and welcome back to the Part-Time Gamers YouTube channel. I am Welchy, one half of the Part-Time Gamers, and welcome back to Part-Time Gamers Weekly, our weekly show where we go through all the hot topics in video game news, or lack of this week, and we talk about what we've been playing and any other topics we just fancy talking about, and we're going to start introducing like a movie segment as well. But yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into this week's non-existent news. Topic of the week. Forgot to call it topic of the week, but who cares? Topic of the week. Topic of the week this week is there isn't really a news topic. So it's been a bit quiet on the gaming news front and in gaming in general, and that's what we're going to mainly be the topic of the week is where are the games? Where are the games and when are they coming? So we've hit a stale point, not a stale point, but there were so many amazing and great video game releases in those first 3 months, pushing into April, but mainly the first 3 months. We had, in February alone, we had Sifu, Horizon Forbidden West, Elden Ring. We had Gran Turismo, I mean not every game appeals to everyone, but big games. Gran Turismo 7 came out just in the beginning of March. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, Ghostwire Tokyo came out, Dying Light 2 came out in February, Pokemon Legends Arceus, Rainbow Six Extraction. It was just like non-stop games coming out, and that's forgetting games like Tunic that come out as well. Shadow Warrior 3, I know is not a massive game, but it's one I've played, so I've thought about it. It just felt like games were non-stop hitting, and it hit April, like mid-April, and it's just gone silent, radio silent. So where are the games? Why is no one releasing now? And why does the rest of the year look quite quiet as well? And when I say that, I mean in terms of actual concrete confirmed releases, because there's loads of games we need to find out about. So I've got a list here. Obviously this is just a list that we use for our Metacritic score predictions earlier in the year. So let's go before we go through that, let's go through the games that we know are coming and have they could get delayed, but have a release date. So we've got Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song comes out soon, but the hype for that is so low from everyone as far as I can tell that I'm not going to count it as a big release. We have Saints Row, which is coming out, looking on my phone here on the PlayStation Store, 23rd of August, so that's a long wait for that. Obviously, we've got The Quarry, which was announced. That will be coming in June, I think, 10th of June. It's not too long to wait for that. But still, I guess that's probably the biggest game on here that's coming out. We've got Trek to Yomi, which comes out in 2 weeks' time. Where's my calendar? It's on my calendar because it's a game I really want to play, and it's coming to Game Pass. But again, it's not a massive game. It costs like £15. So we're talking a small indie game. It's just one that's caught my eye. Yeah, it comes out 2 weeks yesterday, so about 13 days to go. Evil Dead the game, is anyone caring about that? I think that comes out next week, but does anyone care? Nintendo Switch Sports I'm getting, and it is a big game for Nintendo, but I'm talking like AAA kind of, that's more of like a family sports fun game. I feel like I'm contradicting myself here, but I think everyone can kind of agree that it's getting quiet this year. And other than that, we've got 2 Point Campus, but I don't think anyone's really majorly excited for that. Forspoken is coming, but that's not coming now till October. And Starfield will obviously come in 11th of November. And I think Stalker 2 was delayed to December. So, okay, you could say Starfield's a huge game and Stalker is pretty big, but that's November and December. Forspoken is going to be pretty big, I think, but that's October. So between now and, let's even forget Forspoken. That's because I don't think that's going to hit as well and be as good as people hope it is, and I hope it is. So forget that. If we say Starfield is the big release in the winter, we've got Starfield, then Stalker 2. Between now and then, we've got Trek to Yomi, a small indie game. We've got Nintendo Switch Sports, The Quarry, and Saints Row are the big titles releasing in that time. And and they are not big when I talk about what I would class as a big release. So what the hell is going on? Why is there not more coming out? I mean, there'll be splatters of little games here and there, like indie games coming out, but where's everything else? Now, I've got a list here, as I said, of games that are supposedly coming out this year, and I haven't got a release date. So, first of all, Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 has now been pushed to 2023, so that's gone, and that is now out of our Metacritic prediction. I might message Fipsy to say if we can add one in, and I'm thinking The Quarry, but I'll message him after this, actually. So yeah, where is A Plague Tale Requiem? Requiem. I will never say that word right. I don't know which way I was right. Where is it? Is it still coming out this year? I think it will, but you know, the longer you get into the year, the less likely it gets. But I still think it'll come this year. But where is it? When's it going to release? Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. I would say that's not coming this year. Like, no chance. But again, you never know. But this one, I'm pretty sure will not be coming this year. Bayonetta 3, they keep saying it's coming this year, but there's still no concrete date. One, I don't personally care about that much, but I know there's a lot of people that want Bayonetta 3, and that will be a big release. Where is it? Bright Memory Infinite, I wouldn't class it as a big release anyway, but again, where is it? Biggest one for me, God of War Ragnarok. I've always said, yes, it's going to come this year, yes. Obviously not 100%, but I've always been pretty confident. I'm losing that confidence. We're in April now, 22nd of April as of recording and hopefully uploading. And there's still no date, and there's still no... Obviously it was their God of War 2018's anniversary 2 days ago, and Sony Santa Monica Kari Barlog made a post celebrating obviously God of War, and saying, we're not ready to show you God of War Ragnarok yet, be patient, it's coming. And then one of the animators at work at the studio replied to someone saying it is still coming 2022. So they are still saying that. So it gives me hope, but you know, each day that goes past, they're going to want to market this game. It's not going to be one of those games where they come out in June and say, oh yeah, God of War Ragnarok is coming, and it's coming in August. It's like, no, they're going to want more time to promote and big it up. My personal feeling that makes sense is that in May, because originally I said there'd be one in April, but we're running out of days. Could happen next week. You watch. After I upload this video, they'll announce something for next week. But I'm going to say in May, I think they're going to do a showcase. One reason, because in June, they're releasing the new PlayStation Plus. And I think in May, they're going to want to showcase the games that are going to be on that service. So I think in May, we're going to get something. It makes sense. I don't think they'll do it in another blog post. They might. I hope they don't. I hope they actually do some sort of showcase for it. But it makes sense for them in May to do a showcase about PlayStation Plus. But I also think they'll then say, oh, and here's what else is coming. And God of War Ragnarok will be one of them, and there'll be a release date. And if that's May, say they want at least 4 months of marketing time. That's September release. I think that makes sense. And I actually think that's a good date, a good kind of time frame to release it. As I said, there's nothing big, like to compete with God of War Ragnarok especially, coming out between now and November. September is far enough away from Starfield in November, which is the only bigger Xbox competitor. Zelda's not releasing this year. I mean, Pokemon is, but God of War won't have to worry about Pokemon. People are going to buy Pokemon, but they're not going to not buy God of War Ragnarok because of it. So I forgot to mention that Pokemon's coming out in November or whenever, but that comes out all the time. So September makes sense to me, and May makes sense to kind of give that release date, give a bit more, show a bit more of the game, and a release date. So let's pray and hope that's coming. But on the list as well, Gotham Knights again. Did they give a release date? Let me search that. I know they reiterated that it's coming out this year, but okay, October 25th. Maybe I missed that one out. It wasn't on the PlayStation Store, so you still can't pre-order it, so that's why I didn't see it. If that is a concrete date, then October 25th for Gotham Knights. That's a pretty big release. I think that will do well. So that's another one to look forward to. But again, that's basically November, so that's very close to November. Again, another reason why God of War in September makes sense. Not that they would have to worry about Gotham Knights, but it's better to stay away, you know. Another reason God of War in September makes sense is because Forspoken is a PlayStation exclusive. I think it's timed, but it's October, so you want it away from that. So, and you don't want it in November. December's too late. So I think September is the peak time for God of War, but I mean, I'd rather have it now. Hogwarts Legacy. We know it's holiday 2022. That's what they last said in that last PlayStation State of Play. Hopefully that sticks. Hopefully it don't fall into 2023. I imagine with Hogwarts Legacy, they'll look for an October, November release. Do they really want to go up against Starfield? Probably. I think Hogwarts would fancy their chances releasing whenever they want because it is Harry Potter. The IP is too strong. Everyone who loves Harry Potter will buy this. There's no doubt about it. Especially because it looked good in that last State of Play. So I think they're going to be confident with this one. Starfield, the good thing of going against Starfield actually is that it is Game Pass. So you can play Starfield and buy Hogwarts, and you've only bought one game. So there is that. Maybe people will be less scared to go up against it, but people will be focusing their attention on Starfield for at least a week, if not more, because it's going to be a long game. So they may want to miss it. They may look to go past Starfield and go like the end of November, early December, get those Christmas sales in. Who knows? But Hogwarts Legacy will come, but I think we're not going to get it before Starfield. Another one on here, Little Devil Inside. It's an indie game. Will it come this year? It should do. We've seen enough of it. But I don't think it's a massive release. Marvel's Midnight Suns, again, I don't think it's a massive release. Come whenever you want. Redfall. Now, Redfall is an interesting one because it's an Xbox exclusive. They haven't got anything until Starfield, so you've got to think some Redfall will fall in the summer. I could see that being like an August, July release. Again, Xbox probably aren't going to do a showcase now until June, where they do their typical E3 week one. I know E3 isn't happening, but they'll still treat it like it is. So I don't think we'll see Redfall until then. But I don't think Xbox are scared to say, oh, and it's coming out next month, especially for something like Redfall. So I can see that being a summer game. So maybe that's one to look forward to in the coming months. Like probably one of the closest games on this list to release. Another Xbox timed exclusive, I think, maybe fall. Scorn, the horror game they showed off when they first did these Xbox showcases in the first the pandemic. Where the fuck is that? Like, we've not seen that in years at this point, and is it still coming out? Is it still coming out this year? Apparently so, but we've not seen a thing. This is one of those games where, again, like Redfall, they could just say, yeah, it's coming next month. I doubt for this one. I could see this one coming out next year. That's another one gone. Suicide Squad, I forgot to put as well, is delayed to 2023. So maybe we can add 2 to the list, Flipsy. Callisto Protocol, one I am super hyped for, from the makers of Dead Space. Where the hell is this? They keep tweeting about it, saying like, stay patient. I think we'll hear about this at the Summer Games Fest with Jeff Keighley. I'm worried they're going to say it's coming out next year. I don't think this one will come out this year. And then the next one here is Lord of the Rings Gollum. Where's that? I'm not that excited about this one. Having seen the last footage of it, it didn't look that good to me. So yeah, basically, we could have Redfall this summer. We could have God of War in September. We've got Gotham Knights in October. And other than that, there isn't much. So what is the deal? Why did we have this massive rush of games at the beginning of the year and now nothing? My big thing is, why do they all need to go then? Why couldn't they spread out a bit more? We could have some in April. And the one I'm going to pick on is actually Horizon. Because Horizon picked February and they chose to go up against Elden Ring. Even though when the first game released, they went up against Zelda Breath of the Wild. Why didn't they just look at the calendar and say, look, there's nothing coming out after Elden Ring, really. Why don't we just wait a month or so, let that kind of die down? I know it really hasn't, it's still going, but if it was to have released kind of like a couple of weeks ago, people would have been like, okay, yes, I love Elden Ring, but now Horizon's here, let's jump into it. I personally, I didn't play Elden Ring. I'm glad I got Horizon when I did, but I mean, I think it would have been nice for other people that wanted to play both to have had time of each game, you know? Elden Ring had set that date, they weren't going to move. Horizon had to move. Elden Ring were always confident they were going to win that fight. Sifu, similar kind of conversation. I think Sifu was launched just at the right time, I guess. Early enough and far enough away from Horizon, because it was a short game to be played with and beaten and everyone can have their fun with it. But I feel like if they released now, they might have got a bit more exposure because there's nothing else coming out. Who knows? It's still sold really well for an indie game, so. But I just think, why aren't people looking at this kind of time period? What is there statistics out there that say people don't buy games in April and May? I find that hard to believe, considering God of War came out in April 4 years ago. So, I don't know. It felt like this massive rush to release the games in February and March, and now there's nothing really properly official until October. Like, it just seems a bit odd to me. And I feel like you can, if I am, like I say, God of War, I'm thinking there's this window now with not much coming out. We need to get out before Starfield. And that sounds stupid. It sounds like everyone should be scared of Starfield. I don't think they should be, because Starfield isn't a confirmed hit. God of War is, right? So if anything, Starfield should be scared of God of War. We know, fingers crossed, God of War is going to be a banger. Like we knew Elden Ring was, like we know Horizon was going to. It's just not as banger as Elden Ring, apparently. So I think games should be more worried about God of War. But Starfield have set that date so far in advance that it's kind of like, it was almost like a seal of, we're confident with this product, we're coming out of this date, I dare you to challenge us, kind of thing. So I do think God of War should steer away from it just for that reason. Let God of War have its space to breathe and be the topic of conversation away from Starfield. You don't want to, just in case Starfield is a banger, because it's Game Pass games get extra hype anyway. So I think it is probably better for God of War to stay away from it, especially because you're going to have to pay for God of War and people won't be paying for Starfield. Even if God of War's a banger, people are like, yeah, but I'm playing Starfield for not free, you know what I mean? Just for the Game Pass price. So yeah. And the next question is, shouldn't there be more games than this coming out? Maybe not, maybe this is it, but there will be more, I know there will be, but it just feels like a lack of games now, where at one point, of course, if every single one of these do come out this year, at some point, then it's going to be a pretty filled calendar. But like I said, Avatars, I don't think will come out this year. Bayonetta 3, they keep saying it, but I don't think so. Scorn, I don't think will come out this year. Callisto Protocol, I don't think will come out this year. Hogwarts Legacy hopefully will. They've said it will. So it just feels quite quiet. And I'm getting Nintendo Switch and then Trek to Yomi, but I'm not classing those as big releases. I'm not getting a big game at the moment until Starfield. I'll probably get Gotham Knights maybe, I guess. I don't know. I need to see more of it. It just feels like this massive excitement for video games in these first few months, and now it's just died down. Yes, it's backlog season. It's time to play games that you haven't played. We'll go through it in a minute, but I'm going through games now that I didn't get to, or games that I want to replay, stuff like that. So it is a nice time to catch up with your old games. Don't get me wrong. I don't want games coming out every single week because I'll be poor, but I think it's nice to have something to look forward to. And right now, I think the main reason is we don't have dates, and I do get that game developers are worried about setting a date, because I don't want to delay things. And as soon as you set a date that you can't achieve, you have to delay it, and it ruins the marketing and whatnot. So I do get it. I get why companies are hesitant to put a stamp and a date on it, but feel like we need to start getting some, because this year's looking very quiet if we don't get them. But yeah, let me know, guys, what you think. Do you think that any of those games I said won't come out this year will? Do you think any of the games that I think will come out won't? Do you think God of War will come out this year? Because I am pretty set that it's going to come out in September. But do you completely disagree? Let me know. Do you think Hogwarts will slip to 2023? I think it might, you know. I think it will just miss this year, but we'll see. But yeah, let me know, guys. And let's move on to what I've been playing and what you've been playing. If you comment down below what you've been playing this week, and we can talk about it next week. What have I been playing? I have started, as some of you know if you've been watching the Twitch streams, playing through God of War again. We've just been speaking about it a lot. It's my third playthrough. So originally, obviously, I played the game on normal difficulty the first time. Second time I played it, as many of you will know, I played it on the hardest difficulty on New Game Plus, which is, unless New Game Plus Plus is harder, but as far as I'm aware, New Game Plus and the highest difficulty is the hardest way to play the game. Beat that in 2020 October, I think, just before the PlayStation 5 come out. I think that makes sense. And that was incredible, as it was the first time. And now I'm playing it for a third time. I'm in an RN whether to do New Game Plus again, but on an easier difficulty, to try and get different armor and stuff. I don't know, but I decided to not do that and just do a complete brand new load, and start with nothing. And I think I made the right choice. I'm about 2.5 to 3 hours in. I've streamed it twice, and yeah, how far am I? We've just went the World Serpent. Did we get much further than that last night? I don't think so. We just met the World Serpent, and yeah, we didn't get much further than that. Yeah, obviously we've met Freya, and obviously met Baldur at the beginning. And playing it for a third time, I am still stunned by the game. Like, I know, as you all know, it's my favourite game of all time, but I'm playing it again and I still can't believe how good it is. The moments, the cinematography of it, it's just, it's a dream to play. It's my first time playing it on PS5, which is obviously 4K and 60 frames per second. And yeah, it's just an absolute joy to play. It's reaffirmed all my previous beliefs about it. I've also read the book in 2020 as well, maybe. I plan to read the book again before the new game comes out. And I'm even thinking about getting the audiobook. If you can't tell, I'm a huge fan of God of War, this game. And I want to just I'm playing it again, obviously, before Ragnarok releases. Or in Swedish, or the real way of saying it is Ragnarok. Ragnarok is how you really say it. God of War Ragnarok. Yeah, I'm just so excited for the new game that I'm playing through this one again, and I'm loving it. It's going to be my stream only game. I'm not going to play it off stream. So when I stream solo, I'll be playing God of War. I was going to call it God of War Ragnarok then, but it's just God of War. So yeah, loving that. Absolutely loving that. Looking forward to playing more. What else have I been playing? Me and Scott finished A Way Out on stream as well, which is a very good game. Very, very, very good game. Really enjoyed it. The last kind of level was a bit iffy. It kind of just turned into like a shooter, which I was a bit disappointed with because the rest of the game was so inventive and so creative. But the last part of the last level, there's like a big twist in the story, and that was really fucking cool, and I really loved that bit. But just the bits where you're just like kind of just shooting, it just felt like Gears of War, but worse, much worse. That was a bit disappointing because the rest of the game, as I said, was so good. But yeah, as a whole, great game, and I think we're going to go on to It Takes Two next, because that is the next game by the same developer, Hazelight Studios. And I'm really excited for that because apparently it's even better. Won Game of the Year last year, so I'm really excited to play that. But A Way Out was fantastic, recommend it to anyone, definitely play it with a friend. Other than that, I've been playing a lot of FIFA again. I'm back into FIFA Ultimate Team. I've got my Arsenal squad set up, all the kind of special cards. Loving playing that. And I think that's it. I've been playing a little bit of Tunic. Tunic is a little fun game. You play as a fox with a sword. It's not much else other than that to say, really. I'm not that far into the game, but from what I have played, I've enjoyed it. I've been playing it on my phone through the xCloud mainly. I played a little bit on the console, but it's kind of my playing on my phone game at the moment, and I'm really enjoying it. Really enjoying it. And I think that's what I've been playing. I beat Shadow Warrior 3. Did I say that last time? Probably not. I beat Shadow Warrior 3. A fun game. Oh, didn't I say I was going to review it? I'm not going to review it properly, like a long, proper review. I'm just going to give it a score. It's a fun game. It's funny. The main character's funny, and the other cast are quite funny as well. It is funny. As a story, it's okay. It's not fantastic. It didn't blow me away. There wasn't any like big twists and turns. It was just a standard story. Gameplay was fun to a point. The weapons were cool. The katana was fun to use. The enemy variety was cool, but not incredible, I guess. It was just one of those games where everything's just decent, you know. Nothing was outstanding. It even had like wall running mechanics and platforming elements. They were all just okay and good. The combat was fine. The visuals were fine. It was a fine game. I wouldn't go out and recommend anyone buys it, to be honest. I played it through PlayStation Now for free, for the service. That is the way I would recommend playing it, or waiting for it to come to Game Pass or something. I personally wouldn't have enjoyed paying money for this, but that's just me, because I'm tight, and I'm not tight. I just can't afford to buy games just willy-nilly, so I only buy the games I know I'm going to love and put a lot of time into. I beat this game in like 7 hours. I'm not going to play it again. I am going to put this on the silver level of our rating system. Quick reminder, our review rating system is platinum, gold, silver and bronze through the PlayStation trophy system. So I'm giving it a silver, which is basically, it's an okay game. I wouldn't recommend it to everyone. I'm sure some people would love this game, but for me, it's just an okay game. It's a good game. Again, still haven't got a bronze. Bronze is basically saved for games which are bad, and I would say do not play. I'm not saying do not play this. I'm just saying don't go out and rush to play it. It's not the best game you'll ever play, like God of War or Sifu, Horizon. But yeah, it's a fine game. But I probably won't remember it much in the next few years. But currently, it is third on my 2022 list of games of the year, because I've only played 3 games that have released this year. So I've played Tunic, but not enough to review it. So yeah, at the moment, Shadow Warrior 3 is the third best game of 2022. But I haven't played Elden Ring. I have not played... I guess Rainbow Six Extraction counts. I've played enough of it, I guess. I should play more. Okay, put it fourth. Rainbow Six Extraction's better than this. Anyway, I digress. Have I played anything else? I don't think so. That's about it. A Way Out, God of War, Shadow Warrior 3. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything I've played. So, hold on. Did I? Because I've not done one of these for 2 weeks. I probably didn't say that I've got the Horizon Forbidden West Platinum. Did that. I don't want this video to go on too long, so I don't want to go too long about it. If I'd already said that, then apologies, but if not, I've got the Horizon Forbidden West Platinum. Very enjoyable Platinum. Amazing game. It took me 69 hours. Very nice. To fully beat that game. Obviously, there's more to do to 100% it. I thought I would actually be playing this still just like willy-nilly, but turns out I just wanted to play FIFA and God of War and stuff, so maybe I'll go back to it and do the 100%, but there's a lot to do. But I can see myself wanting to just go against some of those machines sometimes because it's so fun. But yeah, that's what I've been playing. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you've been playing. Is there any game you're looking forward to? Are you looking forward to Nintendo Switch Sports Online? Why do I keep calling it online? Nintendo Switch Sports next week. I'm looking forward to that, actually. Again, like I say, it's not going to be like a major release, but I'm looking forward to playing games like bowling and tennis and stuff again. I'm really hoping it's going to be good. And then Trek to Yomi in 2 weeks, I'm looking forward to as well. So yeah, there are games to be excited for. My whole topic of the week earlier was more it's looking like a barren land out there. There's not much out there to be really excited for, but who knows? Maybe it's time for little indie games to come out and surprise us all and be great. So yeah, I think that's it for this week, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. As I said, let me know what you think about the lack of games coming out this year. Obviously, I feel like I'm contradicting myself. There are games coming, but there's no release dates, and I'm worried they're all going to get delayed and whatnot. But let me know what you think, guys. Let me know what you've been playing, and yeah, I should have apologized earlier for no video last week. Just a lot going on, family stuff, and that will still be ongoing. But hopefully, it won't delay any more videos. But if it does, I apologize. I'm trying to do these every week. Next week, again, I've got to find a topic to talk about if there's no news. That's the thing, because at the moment there's just no proper exciting video game news to talk about. But hopefully there will be something next week, and then we can talk about it. But yeah, thanks guys, and I'll see you next time.